seen the title, this video is about how to destroy anxiety. In this video, I will talk about my experience with anxiety so far in my life and what I've done to combat it. I don't know if I've always been an anxious person in the traditional sense. Like, I know a lot of people struggle with anxiety their whole life, and I don't think that's me. I used to have maybe sad days, depressed days, but I wouldn't say that's anxiety. I feel like most of my anxiety started to come in college, like around when I hit like 21, 22, like 21. That's when I started to think about my future. What am I gonna do for the rest of my life? Because hey, I'm here. I didn't know if I was gonna make it to 21 or be alive to see it, but hey, I'm here. So what am I gonna do for the next foreseeable 20, 30, 40 years? God spare life. What am I gonna do? And that just gave me so much anxiety, because in this day and age, you feel like you have a lot of options. If you enjoy what the video is saying so far, drop a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. Let's have a discussion in the comments. Subscribe, you can see more videos like this. I'm trying to hit 1K subscribers. I have 64 subscribers. I'm dreaming big, so let's get it, man. I'm in college. If I don't like what I'm doing, I could switch my major. If I have the money, of course, I could graduate with my major and go to another field. Like, I'm doing IT. I could say I don't want to be an IT person. I want to be a fireman. I have that decision in my life. I'll have to do more school or more training, but I could do that decision. I could say I want to be a doctor. That'll be a lot of money and a lot more time. I still have a lot of options. That's the main reason of anxiety for a lot of people. Options overload. You feel like you could do so much things with your life that you don't want to do the wrong thing. You want to live the best life you can live. Everybody says you only have one life to live. Old people be talking about things they regret, things they wish they did differently. And they usually be things like, I wish I didn't lose my friends. I wish I tried to be myself more. I wish I pushed myself harder. Stuff like that. So you want to make sure you live a life worth living. Like that Burna Boy song says. Don't wanna waste my days. I want to spend them on enjoyment. That was a big reason for my anxiety. To the point I just stopped. I just froze. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't make any real forward momentum with goals because I didn't know what to do. When you're lost, that's maybe the worst kind of anxiety that you can get. At least what I've experienced. You know your life's wasting away and you're just here, but you don't know what to do and you don't want to make the wrong decision. So you're just here thinking about what to do, what could go wrong. All this kind of nonsense. It's not nonsense, sorry. This is important to your life because you want to live a life that's worth living. You want to be able to look back and say, yes, I'm happy with the way that I chose to spend my life. I'm happy with the decisions that I made. I'm happy for the people I chose to keep in my life. I'm happy for the risk that I took. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be this person without them. So I think that's a big cause of anxiety for a lot of people. At least it was a big cause of anxiety for me. And I don't think that kind of anxiety ever goes away. Because even me now, I've said I'm deciding to do YouTube. I'm trying to not nail down a career that I really want to do when I graduate. I'm seeing stuff that I like, but you really never know what's gonna happen in the future. It's very unpredictable. I can die tomorrow and all this thinking is for nothing. Some catastrophe could happen. We saw the pandemic. No one predicted a pandemic of this magnitude happening, and it shut down the world for like 2 years straight. 2-3 years, bro. Some people are still shut down. China is still kind of locked down. You can't predict life. So that introduced me to the first point of how I started to combat my anxiety, and that is understand that you can't control everything. This world is big. A lot of it is out of your control. People be talking about the Illuminati, secret societies, the government. A lot of people that have influence of you are making decisions that you cannot control. You're a big person. I saw my main demographic is like 18 to 24. So we're around that age where we're starting to make decisions for ourselves, or you've been making decisions for yourself for a while. But there's still a lot of things that you can't control. You apply for this job, you don't know if you're gonna get the job. You really work hard at this test. You don't know what's gonna come on a test for sure. But you have to understand there's some things you really can't control. There's some parts of your life that you just have to let live. And a lot of people tell you that for anxiety. And that works kind of, because even though I let it go, you know, I can say I let it go, but I'm still worrying about it. It's still making me anxious because I still care about it. It's still gonna affect me in the long run. All of the things that are out of my control still affect me. I still care about them. So what I've seen now, if you're a religious person, this is what you can do, is try to rely more on a higher power. I'm Adventist, I'm Christian, so I'll rely more on God. You know, I'll try to tell God what I'm worried about and let him handle it. If you're not Adventist, if you're not Christian, you have to try to focus more on meditation. Focus more on what you control in your thoughts. What are you thinking about? What is ruminating in your head that's causing you so much anxiety? And try to limit how much times you're thinking about this thing. If you are getting so much anxiety about, oh, I want a girlfriend, I'm gonna be lonely forever, maybe you shouldn't be watching all these dating videos. Maybe you shouldn't be thinking about all these girls you're not getting. Spend more time doing things you actually do like. There's more to life than girls. You're anxious about your future. Write down what you want your future to look like. If you don't know, figure it out. Or figure out something that you would like to do. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it can change. We're not saying you have to stick to this plan. It can change. But figure out something that you want to do that makes sense to you, that you think you would enjoy doing for a long time, that can support your lifestyle. find that and then pursue that. Number two, I think a lot of us don't even know what we're anxious about. Like, you have to sit down and really be introspective. What is causing me all this anxiety? Like, for me, I said it is not knowing what's gonna happen in the future, not knowing what to do with my life, the correct decisions. I don't want to mess up. That's causing me a lot of anxiety. But it could be different things for different people. It could be some trauma in the past that you had experience with. Anxiety could come from some specific person. It could come from your parents or your friends. That could cause you a lot of stress and anxiety. So you have to really pin down, think about it. I've been telling y'all to get a journal, write it down in your journal. What is causing me? What is my main source of anxiety? And sit down for at least 30 minutes, as much time as you could allow. 30 minutes, an hour, and really think about that question. Ask yourself that question. Write it down. Be introspective. Is this really what's causing me all this anxiety, or is it more of an underlying issue? Is this the real reason that I'm anxious, or is it just a symptom of my anxiety? Is it just showing? But is this really what I'm worrying about? Is this really what keeps me up at night? Best way to really get rid of anxiety, not well to fight it, combat it, is action. A lot of this thing I'm talking about is not knowing what to do, finding what the problem is. Once you find out what the problem is and you decided what you want to do about it, action. Actually take steps towards doing your plan. Execute your plan. If you can only put an hour into it every day, you're at work, you could come home from 7 to 8, you do something that will help your goal so you don't feel anxious about it anymore. If you say you don't like your relationship with your parents or your friends, spend an hour trying to talk with them or set up some kind of friend date. Get on FaceTime, call them. If you're anxious about your job security or your future employment, spend an hour learning a new skill, researching new jobs, finding new opportunities. You gotta get that A to beat the A. You gotta get action to beat the anxiety. Lastly, what I want to say is not all anxiety is bad anxiety. Some anxiety is very crippling anxiety, like what I said in the beginning. It just has you frozen in indecision and you don't want to leave the bed and you don't want to live and you don't want to experience life. But there is good anxiety, and it kind of looks like the same as bad anxiety. You have that uncomfortable feeling in your stomach, and it's like, you know, you're not doing enough. It's like your desires are coming from your mind into your body and giving you a bad feeling. It's just telling you you're not doing enough. You could be pushing harder, like want something and you're not going after it. That'll cause you anxiety. But you want something and you don't know how to get it, and you're not trying to find out how to get it, or you don't believe you can get it. That's gonna cause you anxiety. But is that bad anxiety? I think we all need that uncomfortable feeling. A part of being human is having that uncomfortable feeling. As a human, you will always want more for yourself. You always want better for yourself. And if you always want better, then you'll always be suffering because you won't always get it. Or you won't always get it that easily. Everything you want out of life won't be easy. Or you might not even achieve it. Or you might not realize you didn't want it after all. A lot of things can happen. But realizing that can give you a lot of anxiety. And that's not bad anxiety. It's kind of pushing you towards action. You don't want to be uncomfortable. As I said previously, the body does not want to be uncomfortable. Link up in the video. But the body does not want to be uncomfortable at all. You hate being uncomfortable. Of course, that's why you get a vice. You drink, you smoke, you do whatever you want to feel less uncomfortable. But that uncomfortability is, that anxiety, that uncomfortability is trying to push you towards not feeling it anymore. You see what I'm saying? And that's good anxiety. Good anxiety pushes you towards your goals. It pushes you towards what you really want. Peace, love.